Hi, everybody. It's Olivia with Freedom at the Mat, and today we are going to perfect our down dog posture. If you've heard the term down dog and you're like, what is it? Or perhaps you do it, but you want to do it better, today is a session for you. We're just going to take a few moments to do it. So what I invite you to do is to start right now getting our little spines warmed up. Let's just start with that. We're going to start from a child's pose and go into the down dog. But before you do anything with yoga, you always want to make sure you have a warmed up spine. So tops of the feet on the mat. We've got all 5 fingers of both hands splayed and connected to the mat. Little micro bend in our elbow, never hyperextended, but we do have the fronts of our arms facing forward, and just dropping the belly. And then rolling our spine, doming our spine, pressing the mat away from you, dropping the belly, and adding your breath to it. Inhale and exhale, hoping you're feeling a warmed up spine. So now, let's start this down dog situation, right? Let's start with a child's pose, right? Kind of get into it. So extending our hands long in front of us. Forehead on the mat, tops of the toes pointed, touching one another. And our knees are wide. Getting grounded here for a moment. Now we're going to go into a plank. So your plank, have your wrist right beneath your shoulders, and you're gonna take one leg back, the other leg back, doesn't matter which order, and then you are in your plank pose. This is the length of your down dog, right? This is the length of it. So pressing the mat away from you, all 5 fingers splayed in the mat, pushing through your heels. Now, I want you to press the mat away from you, and then lift your tailbone. Lift, 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 lift. I enjoy coming on the balls of my feet. I've got my head between my arms. My ears are getting love from the elbows. And then I release my heels to the mat. Now, hoping you're not slipping. If you are slipping, perhaps you use your shoulder blades to keep you lifted. Don't put so much on the hands. Using your shoulder blades to keep you lifted, right? A lot of times people are slipping because they're putting too much into the pads of their hand. I do want you to connect with the pads of your hand as well as your fingers, but using your shoulder blades to keep you lifted. Using your biceps and your triceps. Using your forearm. Using your heels. Can you lift from the tailbone a little higher? Can you lift any higher? And can you bring that head further between your arms? This is a posture. It is something you can use to transition, but it is also a posture. We're going to inhale, rolling on the balls of our feet, come forward once again, pressing the mat away from you, holding here. Give a break. Dropping those knees down for a moment, right? That is your down dog. Now I want to show you an alternate for down dog. For those of you who might have wrist issues, for certain, I've had carpal tunnel surgery, so I do get it. I want you to bring your elbows down, bring the forearms down. Elbows are in front of your shoulders. Clasp the hands. You're not going to put your head on the mat. I want you to take one leg up, one leg back. And this is your alternative. Right? So you still are in an inversion. Really using your arms. You might have seen I just slipped a little bit, but I want you to use your triceps and your biceps to keep you lifted. Strong arms, using your heels. You may want to bring a little bit more space between your feet. Breathing, chin to chest. Breathing. And release those knees. All right? So I'll do it one final time to show you how you get up there if you go into full down dog. Again, starting from child's pose. Come forward into your plank pose. This is the length of your down dog. And now, heels press back towards the back of the mat, lifting from your tailbones, pressing the hands into the mat at the same time, using your shoulder blade to keep you lifted. Release those heels to the mat. Pressing the pads of your hand into the mat as well as your fingertips, but also use your shoulder blade to really feel them working. Use your mid-back as well. Use your mid-back. Hold it here. We're gonna stay here for another full minute. Use your biceps. Use your triceps. Really, you're lengthening your arms, lengthening your legs, using your hamstrings, using your calves, stretching everything. It's a wonderful dynamic posture. Stretching your neck as well as your chin is to your chest. Breathing, continuing to breathe. Such a dynamic posture. Great for strengthening. 15 more seconds. And forward, back into our plank. Holding here, dropping left, right. And you, my friend, have perfected your down dog. Remember, if you're ever doing the down dog and it's too much on your wrist, come into Dolphin, which is your elbows, right? Coming down there on your forearms, using your elbows a little bit above your shoulders. And then also, if it's ever too much for you, child's pose is your friend. Child's pose is always your friend. But I do want you to work on your down dog because it's such a wonderful dynamic posture for your entire body, strengthening and stretching at the same time. Thanks so much for joining us at the mat today. May God be with you.